everyone, and welcome to this newest edition of A Question of Cosplay. This is Remleiz from 40k Theories, and joining me this week is Miss Andrea Dolores. So firstly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very wonderful, thank you.
That's good to hear.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much for asking. So firstly, what got you into cosplay and the Warhammer 40,000 side of it in general?
Well, it is a very funny story. I started doing cosplay the same year I got disqualified from the art competition as part of a convention. So I'm gonna start everything from the beginning. It's like 2 years ago. I won the previous year, but the year I started at work was I was discarded and pre-judging, and then I decided to take part in another one, and that one is cosplay. So the first cosplay ever I wanted to be is special. So I looked it up more and did more research, and eventually my boyfriend suggested a character that matches my ideas of a grand cosplay in scale and details, and that's how a living saint came to life. My friends showed me the 40k world, the characters, the whole universe. So it is so impressive and immersive, and every character resembles a Gothic architecture art piece, which complements my taste of aesthetics, because I like Gothic style. So also, I put it all together. So Saint Celestine is truly one of my favorite cosplays. She is, by my understanding, the most purest thing in the chaotic world. She's basically the right hand of Emperor, besides a horse who betrayed him, of course. I did her appearance based on figurine, because the figurine is the easiest to look at for all the details. I even painted 2 armies with my boyfriend, and those are Space Wolves and Dark Angels. I haven't played them yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Then one of my next cosplays will be, nobody knows about this, but I'm planning on it, Celestian Prime from Age of Sigmar.
Oh.
I really like I love his appearance, his aesthetic construction and wings, and I don't care if he's a man. I think I can pull it off, maybe, or I will try. Because it is one of my next biggest projects. So, yeah.
I would actually I would really like to see a Celestine Prime cosplay, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that, or even a Stormcast Eternal of any kind, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's why I'm really choosing him, because I want to do unique stuff, something new, something that people haven't seen yet. And I want to bring it out, to play his part, to show people how 40k is Warhammer, how it's very interesting. And I want that story to come to life. So, yeah.
Yeah. How long did your Saint Celestine costume take you to make?
Well, about 3 months. Well, I didn't do it every day, but I did it when I had time. So it took a lot more than my previous later on costumes. Saint Celestine was my very first cosplay, as I told you before. So it took me a lot more time. So it was like I was learning new materials and basically making everything from the start, from scratch, because I never made anything else.
Yeah.
And it is, one of my biggest projects. I even did with my friend the choreography. I wanted everything to be perfect and by the book. How would they say?
Yeah. Of all the cosplay projects you've done, which one is your favourite?
Well, my first, of course, because the first is the most valuable to me. It's the first experience, and the most one of my biggest cosplays. Later on, I did Angel Woman from Digimonsters, but that was like my childhood dream to do that, so I did it because I always wanted to be that character. But this now. I did it because I like it now. It's like today's modern character I really like. So yeah. So that's why.
What are the general reactions people have to your cosplays?
Well, here in Serbia, people don't quite understand cosplays and what is cosplay. It's a very small cosplay society here called Japanism, and only like a few hundred people know about it. So people who do know, they're very, how shall I say, they're very quite big admirers by my work, so they really like it and they look up to me. So it is very important that I do bigger and bigger cosplays, because I want to support other people, like to do it more, because they're like scared to do some things, and I'm just like, you have to do more creative, more cosplays in your way, what you like, not what okay, of course you should do what is popular if you want to, like, yeah, people hear about you, but it is also important that you follow your story, what you like. So I think that's very important.
Which are the most and least expensive projects that you've actually undertaken?
Well, Celestine is the most expensive cosplay ever, and the least expensive cosplay is Jessica Rabbit and Black Cat, because they're like basically in suits, dresses, which I sewn by hand. So yeah, it's only the material cost there. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more of the experiences you've had around conventions.
Well, I haven't gone to many conventions. Financially, I couldn't make it, but I did it I traveled to Portugal. I won their first place on World Master Cosplay. I was there as a cosplay guest, so they paid for my trip and hotel and everything, and that's how I managed to go there. But I'm planning on having another cosplay that I told you about Prime in November. I'm planning on going to Vienna.
Ooh.
So I will pack, make it all, and I want to go to a contest there. So that's gonna be like my second biggest contest, yeah.
And aside from Celestine Prime, is there any other future Warhammer cosplays you would consider undertaking?
Well, first of all, I would like to see if he works out and how I manage to do him. Then later on, I will think about other cosplays, because he's a very big, how shall I say, thing to do.
Yeah.
So when I do him, I will later on think about other cosplays and how big and stuff like that, because I will have to first do him and see how it all goes.
Fair enough. What advice would you give for any up-and-coming cosplayers?
Advice, like...
yeah, like words of encouragement, that kind of thing.
Oh, well, I always say that people should do what they love the most. They should do things they have been inspired by, and should bring out those characters, bring them out to life, show people what they can do, and never fear to show them what they really are, because it is beautiful. I think cosplayers are artists because they manage to bring some characters to streets, to show people how they act, how the cosplay combines acting and costumes, so it is harder to do that than just being an actor. So I think cosplayer is like an artist and an actor. It's all combined. So I think I really support those people who want to do cosplays, because it's something that not anyone can do. It needs knowledge, it needs language and stuff like that, but it needs acting and self-confidence, yeah. So you need to bring it out.
That's good to hear. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps up the questions I would like to ask you. So thank you very much for joining me today. For those of you watching at home, if you'd like to check out Miss Andrea Dolores' work, put a link to her Facebook page in the description so you can check out all of her work. And once again, thank you for joining me today.
No, thank you.
This has been Remleiz from 40k Theories, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.